Alright everyone, welcome back to this series of games between mouzMorroW, the Terran, and aTnSocke, the Protoss. Looks like we are going to be playing on Lost Temple. I'm not sure if this map, if it was Losers Choose. I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Game 1, please stop the video and go see it, or just put me on mute, whatever you choose. But the early pressure that mouzMorroW tried to put on aTnSocke did not work, as he was met at the ramp with sentries, able to pick off a couple of Marines and Marauders. aTnSocke immediately went for his Colossus tech that he already had down and made a counterattack, and it was just too much for mouzMorroW to handle, as the Vikings in numbers were not out yet. So I do not know if mouzMorroW picked this map. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because this ledge right here is just so easily exploitable by a Terran player if the Protoss does go for some kind of fast expand, or even late game expands or anything like that. So very good play so far. Again, I probably already said this like 50 times, but I'm going to say it again. This is a best of 5 series. This is game 2 with mouzMorroW down 1, and of course that would make aTnSocke up 1. Looks like pretty standard play. aTnSocke goes for the 12 gateway. A lot of Protoss players go for a 13 or similar. I don't know if this is a new build we're going to be seeing, because this is patch 1.1, and it does take just a little bit longer to get units out of the warp gate, or the gateways, or rather just the zealot. aTnSocke goes for the stalker instead of the zealot anyways, but aTnSocke's going to send out a scouting probe in the wrong direction, as he doesn't know where his Terran player is, or Terran opponent is rather, because if he did, he would be cheating. Looks like a Reich's going down for mouzMorroW. Gas just finished. Gonna get a couple SCVs on that, as after this drone trains up we should see an orbital command. Gateway just now finished for aTnSocke. After this pylon warps in, I noticed on the last game he's gonna immediately go for a cyber core. Looks like a very solid build. I am a Protoss player on the ladders, not very good, but I do like to play now and then, and I'm gonna have to try this build out. It looks pretty powerful. Usually I go for like a 13 gateway, and then like a 17 or an 18 pylon, or 17 pylon rather. So kind of a similar build, but he does get that gateway out just a little bit earlier. Looks like aTnSocke has found his Terran opponent, but it is going to be too little too late, as there is a complete wall in. It does take a cheap shot at that supply depot there. Not much damage is going to be done. mouzMorroW is going to train that first Marine, and it looks like he's going to get the factory way back here in the back, possibly to use it for scouting later. Looks like the stalker, or no, wow, he did go for a zealot this time, so that was very not like his first build. Looks like the zealot might come down here and grab the Zelnaga watchtower. He does see this SCV, probably wants to get rid of it as soon as possible, as the stalker should pop just as soon as the SCV does get in range. So SCV not going to get much information. He does see, of course, the production units, but he did not see if there was a second gas or anything like that going on. However, back over here on the base of mouzMorroW, looks like just Marines. There's no tech on that building yet. Here's a starport going down. Wow, double starport. So mouzMorroW did not like losing against those Colossus last game, so looks like he might double produce Colossus, or no, you cannot make a Colossus out of a starport, but rather double produce Vikings out of these starports, so he does not lose to the Colossus, as the Colossus are just ridiculously powerful, especially with that extended lance upgrade. But what he does not know is that his opponent aTnSocke is going to go for a fast expand, putting this pylon here so he can easily warp up units onto the high ground if there was some kind of tank drop or anything like that. Does indeed look like there is a tech lab going down on this starport, or this factory rather, but it does look like he is going to, or mouzMorroW rather, is going to switch both of these buildings and have 2 tech labs. So it's like Banshees or Ravens are going to be coming out of these starports. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, Banshees. Yeah, double Banshees. I'm not sure if he's going to get Cloak. How much does Cloak cost? It costs 200. So we'll see if once the income is right for mouzMorroW, if Cloak is going to be on the way. This could be very bad for aTnSocke though, as he only has 2 stalkers and a sentry that can shoot down that air. This floating factory is going to get all the information. that it needs to get will indeed be able to float over here and see this expo up and running. If we do look at the income tab though, SC2 is ahead, of course, because he is producing off 2 Nexus, or Nexi, whichever you prefer, 32,225. Pulling back up the production tab, let's see. No cloak on the way yet. I'm not sure if that's an idea for mouzMorroW. I do know these Banshees against Protoss is very, 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 very powerful. Especially if the Protoss isn't expecting it. I do not think the Protoss player SC2 does know about this. No, has no clue that there is even a starport down. Can only assume there is one, but 2 would just be shot in the dark. As 2 Banshees do come in for mouzMorroW, gonna start picking away at these probes, just one-shotting them. The pair there is easily just racking up kills. Gonna be able to take a couple shots at these stalkers, but the stalkers do indeed shoo away the Banshees as 1 Banshee does go down. 3 kills on this Banshee though, so more on the way. Banshees in numbers, like I said, are just going to be very, very crucial to this army of mouzMorroW, especially since SC2 did go for this fast expand build. Should see a lot of wow, I'm not sure why I'm getting all of this lag. I've heard other people say that the latest patch has made their replays lag a pretty good bit, but either way, the answer to Banshees is more Stalkers, or even throwing down a gateway to get Phoenix, but looks like SC2 is going to go for Twilight Council rather, as mouzMorroW does push across the map with just looks like what might be an all-in attack with a ton of SCVs, a handful of Marines, and 3 Banshees with 2 more Banshees on the way. It looks like there is going to be an attack here. These Marines, these SCVs are going to take the grunt force of this attack. Marines just able to focus down all these Stalkers here as the Banshees are whittling away at them too. More Zealots being warped in though by SC2 to tank these Marines, but it looks like SC2 is going to be far outnumbered. Just did not have the right army composition as these 2 late Banshees do show up for the fight. No probes rather being pulled off the line for SC2. Looks like he's trying to chrono boost his warp gates to get more Stalkers or Zealots out to take care of some of these Marines, but it doesn't look like it's going to be in time, as there just were a ton of probe kills over here, and these Banshees are just doing massive amounts of work. These Marines will be able to take down these Stalkers, as well as these 5 Banshees, or 4 Banshees now rather, as they're reinforcing Marines on the way. There's not much SC2 can do about this. It does appear if these Stalkers do go down, SC2 will have to GG out of this game, as there just isn't anything left. Yep. Last Stalker did indeed go down. SC2 says GG. Looks like we will move on, of course, to a game 3, as it is now 1-1 in this best of 5 series. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.